Welcome to BenSamulalTV. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking time to check out your video. What risk is there in getting into ShibaSwap? But we don't know, but we're going to discuss that because I'm here with Brandon today. Brandon is he's one of my friends. He has been actually using the ShibaSwap. He's already in. So I have here. Let me just say real quick before I start this. Brandon's going to explain more of the fees, what he's experienced here. But before we do that, I want to explain, because my last video, I had a lot of people pushing back, telling me that I shouldn't be waiting. I should just jump into Shibainu. There is no risk. You can unstake whenever you want and all these things. And I feel like that's great. Let me just give you this addendum. I want to invest in ShibaSwap. I bought Shibainu because one of the reasons is you can stake and make money. You can get interest. But looking at ShibaSwap, it's even more there, I see. And what you guys have been telling me in the comments, my last video, makes me even more excited to get into it. But like I said, until I totally understand what are the risks, the consequences, the penalties, the fees, I've in the past jumped into things and I didn't mind just learning with my money, okay? But I need to know that before I lock in my Shibainu, if that's the case, because I want, like I told you guys in my last video, I want to have some free, so that if there's a super spike, I plan to take some off the table. I plan on being in this in the long run, but in the short run, if it does give me a 2x or 3x, I'm taking it off so that I have a free trade. That being said, could I be making money right now on ShibaSwap? With some of my Shibu. So from my last video, what I've determined, and so far, this is a plan I have in the short run, is put half my Shibainu in ShibaSwap and start to get some gains on it and leave that in long term. Because either way, like I said, if I'm going to half it, I'm going to leave the other half to make gains. So I'll leave half free in the meantime until I learn more and get more people's experiences. Because here's what I've discovered, and you guys said, and I'll let Brandon talk in a second. You guys said that you can stake and unstake, and when and everyone got on me, read the white paper, don't make a video until you read the white paper. And I read the white paper, okay? Nowhere in the white paper does it mention any fees, okay? Brandon, are there fees?
From my 1 week to 2 week hiatus, and hit basically
there are some fees, right? And hold on,
from what I've seen, there are pretty much Ethereum fees.
Hold on, I'll let you explain everything. Just there are fees, all right? And
yes,
I'm gonna let you talk and get more detail, but I just want you to know, nowhere in the white paper does it mention fees and price of fees, but there are fees. And even people who commented told me there's like, one guy was like $100 ETH fee or a gas or some kind of fee. Like, I'll let Brandon explain where that is. But so there's fees that are not mentioned in the white paper. So that just makes me even more hesitant, or more, how should I say, reserved, until I find out more. Is there any? It doesn't mention, it does say that you can unstake, and it does say that only your reward 67% and then 33 you can take out, but 67 is locked in for 6 months. But it doesn't mention if there's a penalty if you unstake, or if what can you unstake. So that being said, people still have to discover that, because whenever I ask anybody, I push back, they don't respond. Everyone just started this. So most people just staked. They haven't unstaked yet. So nobody even knows. What if there's a 50% penalty? What if, which I'm saying probably not. And I'm hoping it's better than I think, because I want to get in and I want to make money. But when I started trading, and I got a TD Ameritrade account, my wife told me, why don't you just start with sim trading? And I said, no, I don't want to, because what if I make money, then I could lose out on that reward. And guess what? I didn't make money. I lost money learning, but I learned all the fees. I learned how, the different restrictions, how there's day trading fees. If you do more than a certain amount of trades, you're restricted. I didn't know all that when I first started. So I had to learn, and I learned with my capital, which, guess what? You really learn fast when you're dealing with your own money. So in that sense, those who are doing that, I have nothing bad to say about you guys, because I did the same thing. But I'm in a place in my life where I like to know what I'm risk. I'd rather risk the potential gains than my actual capital at this time to learn. So that's where I'm at. That's why I'm waiting. But like I said, I don't look down on anyone who's in. You guys are taking the risk, learning, but guess what? You're jumping in the pool first. So you're going to get to benefit in those rewards, the potential gains, of what you got in early. So in that sense, I'm missing on that. You're gaining it, but then you're also potentially going to find out the risks as well and have to pay that penalty possibly if it's there. So that being said, that's the follow-up from the last video. But I was happy that Brandon and me have been talking about ShibaSwap because I'm eager to get in, and I'm asking him what his experience is. So I thought I asked him to join us today because he's already got in ShibaSwap. So I want to know, you got a fee when you left crypto.com, then you went to Coinbase, you told me. Then tell us your experience. Tell me all the little fees, what they were, if you can remember, so that the audience here, so the viewers can know, if they're going to get into this, at least be aware of what to expect so that you're not taken off guard. And then as time goes on, I'm sure even you told me not until tonight are you going to know something about the USD. And then also when people start trying to unstake, that's when we really are going to start to discover, is something left out of the white paper that we don't know. We'll find out, just like the fees are left out of the white paper. Is there something else? And that's what's keeping me hesitant at this time. But for now, Brandon, thanks for joining us. Give us your experience, please, sir.
Thank you for having me, Ben. All right, so where to begin? So basically, I was hearing about this Shiba coin, aka the Dogecoin killer. And so, I started reading some information about it, trying to get, a good generalization of it. And so I figured out, where could I buy this? Because originally it was supposed to be out in Coinbase Pro back on June 17th. And to this day, it still has technical difficulties. So I found out about crypto.com, and they're doing their 30-day no fee thing if you have a credit card, debit card. So I thought, great, I should sign up for that. So I bought a couple good million of them, and I kept upping my portfolio on them. And then one day I heard about ShibaSwap, and I started doing a little more investigative research on that. So when I was on crypto.com, I was like, okay, well, maybe I don't want to keep them on here forever. I need to transfer them onto a hot wallet or a software wallet like MetaMask or Coinbase wallet. So I was going to deposit them out. But then I found out stark reality that no matter how many millions you have on crypto.com, their fee is 5 million. And I was like, wow, that's kind of big. I mean, for ballers out there, that's fine. But I mean, 30, so 40 bucks.
That's a fee right there. If you're transferring from it could be a fee right there. Okay. And so, and 5 million, there's no fees to get in. That's why I got in too, because you shared that app, and I was fine. I wanted to buy some Shiba, but to get out, that's a fee right there. So that's number one. So you got to calculate all these, because if you only have 1,000, even let's say $1,000 we're talking about. So 5 million, what is that? How much was that? Do you know what kind of fee is that?
It was like $40 in the
There's a $40 fee, guys. So try to keep track. So $40 is about what is that, 0.4%? That let's see, $100 is $10, $50 is 5%. $100 is 10%. So $40 is like 0.4%. So right there, okay, that's fine. That's part of doing business. So you went. Now what happened next? Go ahead.
Okay, so then basically after I deposited them, I put them in. I did personally a Coinbase wallet, even though I'm nothing against MetaMask. I think they have a good software wallet too. So basically, once I transfer them onto there, because on ShibaSwap you need either the MetaMask, Coinbase, and I think it's Interconnect wallet. But either way, the two big ones are MetaMask and Coinbase.
Okay.
So when I did the Coinbase wallet, basically I was like, okay, sweet, I'm in doing all this, and it's a lot to take in at first, because to understand what dig is and the woof, and
there's a lot of tutorials about all that. So we're not just tell me your experience. If people are in, at least they kind of know what you did. If they're interested, they can go to the tutorials out there on YouTube. But I want to know the fees, how you got in there, and then what your experience of how you. So keep going with that. That's good.
Absolutely. I just wanted to kind of give the synopsis, synopsis of it, because there's a lot to take in at first. So I was going to go straight for Barry. So which is in their world, the ecosystem is basically stable.
Was there any other fees when you went into Coinbase? Did you have to buy anything or sell anything?
Well, when you do the transfer, of course, there's always a little fee there. I apologize. There's a little fee with that.
So and then when from where to where? You mean from
the crypto? They did the 5 million into the Coinbase, and I think Coinbase, don't quote me, they took a little small percentage too to have it on their wallet.
How much? What would you say about
like maybe $1.50? I'm presuming.
Okay. All right, that's not much.
Yeah, I mean, don't quote me on this. Don't quote me.
Let's just say $1, potentially. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because they got to get a cut on something. So with that being said, when I transferred over to Coinbase wallet, then I wanted to transfer it on a ShibaSwap. Well, I connected the wallet first. So first and foremost, you'll have the Coinbase on the top right there, and you hit connect wallet. So when I connected the wallet, it showed me how many Shiba I had available. So here's where it gets a little bit with the fee. So then when you want to bury it, again, staking.
So now you brought it to ShibaSwap website. Okay. Now you
Correct.
decided to bury it first. Okay. So what happened then? Yeah.
Okay. So basically after that, then they wanted to take a small cut of my Shiba because they wanted not only the Shiba, but here's where the kick in the butt comes when you start doing the ShibaSwap. Everything's an Ethereum miner fee. From no matter if you try to approve something, which I can explain later on that, or bury something or do anything on the exchange, there's always going to be an Ethereum miner fee. And you know how gas fees are, they could fluctuate from $4 to $40 in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, some guy said it was like $100 he paid in one of my comments. So was that possible that it could be that much? Or
I have not experienced it that high, but I have seen anywhere again from $4 to $40 instantaneously.
Do you know what it's going to be before you transact it, or you just transact it and then you find out?
No. The nice part is when you actually do the like, let's say I want to bury this many, and then you hit confirm, they will go right to your phone because I have Coinbase wallet, and it will let you know the miner fee, and it will give you the option to either accept it or decline it.
That's good. Okay, so you can at least choose how much. Okay, so what was how many transactions did you do, and what were those fees to get to where, I guess when you started off, tell me what you did first. What was the fee? Kind of walk me through what you did, because I know you've been experimenting with different things in there. So walk me through one by one, and then if there was a fee or not, tell me it so that we can know, how you're using this. And then there's rewards. I know that the white paper tells you all the rewards very clearly. That's great. There's a bunch of rewards that are available. So in the long run, yes, I think the rewards hopefully can outweigh all these fees. But at least if you know what you have and what you expect to put in, right? And then maybe this is something people need to understand. It has to be for the long term, or else you're losing, right? Possibly. So tell me, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, so no, you're fine. So basically, after I did the miner fee and I accepted it, I basically I pretty much went all in on the first time, because you have an option. You could do a quarter, half, 75, 100, or you could put the exact amount you want. So I just went all in, because again, before this date of yesterday, before they were unveiling the APR and stuff, nobody really knew what the APR was going to be. So it was kind of a surprise.
How much did that fee when you buried it?
Honestly, they got me for like $7. And then they took about, because from when I had really quick, they took probably about 200,000 on my Shiba, so that wasn't a lot from what I seen on that, because I had 111 to start off with, and then they kind of hit me real hard on the crypto.com. They took 5 million of that, but then again, I was able to. They just took a few of my Shib, but the gas fees. The one thing I can't overemphasize enough is the gas fees are the killer thing on this. So you got to make sure you have a lot of. I'm sorry.
Did you have any gas fees, or is that for something?
Oh yeah. When I was burying them the first time, correct? Because you gotta first, do the gas fees, and then they'll say, okay, you see to the top right, it'll be pending your order. Then after the order, goes through, it'll let you know everything's confirmed, and then you bury your Shiba.
So you paid $7 gas fee, right? And then they took 200,000, which is like $16 or what, around there, like 15.
Not even. No, I mean that's probably like. Honestly, like $1.60, because 5 million would be like $40, So if we're taking that, it'd be a lot cheaper.
So $7,
not even probably
$1.50 or something.
Yeah, because they just nickel and dime you, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, but still, that's why I'm trying to calculate these things so that like I said, I wanted, for someone like me in the past, I didn't do my homework first, so this is helpful. So keep going. So you paid the $7 gas fee, the 150, they took 200,000, and then what happened?
Yeah,
now it's buried at that point.
And then it's buried, which is still buried to this as we have this very conversation. But so that's the burying is actually, my personal opinion, is the most simplistic, easy things when you come into the swap, because it's like how much you want to stake, basically, and then you just put it in there. Now, here's the thing you were asking earlier, that if anybody else after seeing this video in the comment section wants to weigh in, that'd be great. From what they're telling me is that if once I bury that X amount, I could take 33% out on stake anytime I want. The other 67% has to stay locked in for 6 months. I have not personally tried to unstake it yet. So that's what I'm saying. If anybody that sees this video wants to comment down below, that'd be great.
Here's what I'm reading. The white paper, I mean, and that's what I know you thought. So some people are not clear on this, but reading the white paper, it looks like to me, it's just your rewards that you have. And that's what all the people commented in my last video. Your rewards are locked in for 6 months, 67% of them, and 33% you can just take right out. if here's the question though, do you have to leave? How long do you have to leave your sheep buried? Because and how long are those rewards paid out weekly for the 14%, or that's only for bone or something, right? What are the Shiba rewards paid out? Because the white paper didn't say it. Which
thing for me? Go ahead.
Lost your camera there.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, man. I apologize. Something came up there. Sorry, this is live.
Technical difficulties. So here's my question: is let's just go on the bright side and say your money is you can unstake all your money, but you can only get your 67%. You can only get your 33% right off the bat. But when I read the white paper, when I was looking at it, and I can even share my screen here real quick. Not even just the white paper, but can you see my screen, Brandon? Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
So here's Barry, Shiba.
It's loading right now.
Oh, it's loading. Okay, there you go. You can see my screen now, right?
Yeah.
So so stake tokens. Here's the thing I want to show you, so you can read this little.
When you go into Barry there.
Here's where it says maximize returns. Okay, leave token stake. The longer your tokens are in the pool, the more returns you receive, whereas frequently staking and unstakingly will lower your long-term gains. That doesn't really explain too much. And then there was something else that said like one of them is Wolf returns are distributed weekly. Wolf, not Shiba. So let's say Shiba's at the percentage is at 14%, we said, right, or something. Where's the Shiba one? Let me see.
Well, right now the APR from last time I checked was like for the Barry aspect was at like 39 point something. It always fluctuates.
So now here's my question. Is that 39% yearly, meaning if you have to leave it in for the full year to get the 33% for the Shiba Barry, not when this says the weekly comes from the Wolf. So you could get Wolf coming now, and I don't know what Wolf is worth when you go to dollars, could that be worth pennies or is that worth dollars? I don't know. You can tell me, Brandon, but it doesn't say in the white paper how long you have to leave a stake to actually get that 33 or 40 or whatever that Shibu price. So think about that. So if you have it buried for 6 months and all of a sudden it starts super spiking and people decide, hey, I want to sell some of this, is there a penalty? It doesn't say in the white paper to sell part of to unbury it. And are you going to lose all your gains or a part of them? It doesn't say that either. So, but anyways, go ahead. From your experience, what else?
No. So from what?
Hold on, you're breaking up. You're breaking up a little. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, you're breaking up.
System right now.
Say that again. You were breaking up. Yeah. Start over. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. Yeah. And on
okay. So I'm doing my video. So since you got yours mirrored, I'll just try to leave it off for a minute. So when I buried mine, and this is what I basically been knowing, and again, anybody can comment down below. Basically, you have to have it locked in your 67% for 6 months in order to get the returns. Now, I know for a fact that you can take out 33% of them anytime that you want.
Well, let me show you this. Look at this. Yeah. So just because people are going to not be happy, I got to show people that this is what it says right here, Brandon. You can claim 33% of your Wolf returns weekly.
Correct.
But the remaining 67% will be time locked for 6 months.
Correct.
This says Wolf returns. This doesn't say Shiba returns.
Well, here's the thing.
Is that Shiba return? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, because again, the Wolf is something different in a sense. And what I mean by that, the Wolf is a different compartment of the whole eco space. So remember when I was talking to you about dig, like you had to provide liquidity? That Wolf is a different separate thing than Barry, because it still has the same concept under Barry that once you bury your Shiba, you have to have that 67% locked in for 6 months and the other 33 you can play with. Wolf is another story that, just to be really quick, is that you have to provide, you want to provide liquidity for the pool. Hence, like Bones, for example, like I told you, is a governance token that helps out with your voting rights in the eco space. So when you do wolfing, it's a totally different beast in a sense, same concept, but a different beast, because again, we won't know the wolf numbers as we do this live broadcast right now till probably about another 3 or 4 hours, because they haven't got all the statistics up yet. They just did the whole APR for burying just last night to show us what we're getting. So it's the same concept though, where you have to have it from either wolfing or your dig, or where you dig into your woof or your berry, you have to have that 67% locked up for 6 months in order to get the returns. Now, the question is, which, you know, we're kind of understanding, and again, like I said, if anybody after seeing this video likes to comment down below, is can you unstake that other 67%? Can you take your other 67%? Or is it literally locked in there? Because I have not tried yet. Is it literally locked in for that 6 months, no matter if you like it or not, if that makes sense? So
yeah, and that's the confusing thing, because it's not even telling you how much of your Shiba has to be left in there. Actually, it doesn't say that. All this says is, and in the white paper, it's the same thing. I didn't see anything extra. You can claim 33% of your wolf returns weekly, but the remaining 67% will be time locked for 6 months. So all that's talking about is wolf returns. It's not even talking about what needs to be staked, what needs to be left in there. Are there any penalties? Are there any fees? So that's why people are getting on me, and I'm like, read this carefully, because that's what people don't understand, is they just read it the way they want to, and then they just overlook things, and then you pay the price later for that. Possibly. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate, because I want to make sure that I know what I'm getting into, so I can make a calculated investment. I want to make sure I need to know how much I need, because like I said, with $1,000 investment, we're already out 47, 48, 49, almost $50. So 0.5%, which with a lot of these, you know, when I look at the white paper, there's a lot of rewards you can get. So it could just negate all that real quick, which we'll find out when people start. So go ahead, tell me more about what are some of these rewards. Let's talk on the positive side. What are, from what you've learned, and try to talk about in dollars and profit. What are we looking at just in a week or two, what you've been in, if there is any?
Okay, so with the berry, again, just really quick so we can move on to the next thing, just to close that chapter out. You're getting the 40%, but again, the analyticals have just started on that side. Now, what I was explaining to you before about what dig is, so prime example, if you want Bone again is a governance token that will help you have voting rights in this ecosystem. So if you go to swap, which I was explaining to you earlier, you can have Ethereum or different tokens. I just personally use Ethereum because I'm trying to build that up, and then I could swap it for Bone or Shiba. So let's say I want more Bone, you swap it for Bone, the Ethereum, you get, I don't know. I just started with 20. I'm not balling or anything. I just wanted to kind of get a general familiarity with this space. Yeah. So I bought about 20, and then I went to dig. Now, this is the thing really quick with dig, is that you're trying to provide liquidity in this pool. So you have to I paired it up with Ethereum, because again, it will show you like, okay, you want to take your 20 bones and you hit max, like when you do the dig section, and then it will tell you the liquidity between the pair before you confirm it. So I'm just trying to make this real short as possible. So let's say you get the pairing going, you don't mind the liquidity, like you'll see it, it'll give you the number of like your liquidity pool. You confirm, now you have the base pair under dig. So once you have that base pair under dig, you can leave it in there and make some money, but the real good APRs, like I was telling you, because when I came into space, it was like at 700% APC at the top screen of like their, you know, very
kind of breaking up, Brandon. You're kind of breaking up again.
You know, their actual like pairings of this liquidity thing. The APR Brandon has gone down. It's stable. All right, here, hold on. I'm so sorry. Let me take. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Shoot. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there's something with my video. I apologize. So you base pair them, like I did Ethereum and Bone because I want to collect more Bone to get more governance in this ecosystem. That you can leave it in dig, and that will do good wonders. But like you're showing on the screen here, just a good example with Shib with the berry, that you should go on woof. This is where you get the 300, the 50, the 60% annual percentage rates. So what you do is when you go to woof and you have your base pair for liquidity, you will go to deposit on the left screen. It will say how many bone you want to deposit. I usually hit the max. Once you hit the max, again, here's the kick in the butt that I forgot to mention again with dig. And even when you do the swap,
hold on, you're breaking up again.
Just like Barry, you're always going to get hit with
Wait, you broke up. You broke up. You broke up.
They're always going to get you at it from your swap to you want to pair the. Can you hear me, Ben?
Yeah, you're breaking up. You broke up when you started to explain the fee. You're kind of cutting in and out. I wonder if I should have you either log off and come back in, or
yeah, I apologize. Let's try. I apologize. It's something.
Unless you move, maybe if you move your phone a little, like pull it closer. I don't know. To connect.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just the connection is was breaking in and out there for a second, but okay.
Okay. So basically, what I'm discovering is every time you have to do a transaction from base pairing on the dig, or if you want to do a swap or bury, you're always going to get hit with an Ethereum miner fee. Now, really quick on that side note, my personal opinion is wait till the later times. I mean, I don't want people to stay up super late, but I've been noticing around 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. or early in the morning, like I'm talking like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Sometimes you're going to get the lower Ethereum miner fees because, again, most people are not on, the miners are not going. So you're going to get a lower fee that I've noticed because I'm in Central Time, because I live in Illinois. So the main point being is, again, you just got to be prepared to have some Ethereum, no matter if you have MetaMask or Coinbase wallet. You got to be prepared for those fees, because that's what's going to be the kick in the butt on this whole journey of you trying not only to bury your Shib, but also to dig and provide liquidity so you can get awesome returns in Wolf. So I just wanted to make that as a side note for most people that are coming in this ecosystem. And then, so getting back to dig.
So then here, let me explain. So here's the positive side too. 3% total BPB. That sounds good. 0.1% of all swap Ethereum transaction fees, part of the 0.05 swap. So you're getting some of these fees once you bury your stuff, correct? Once you stake it. Correct. But the returns of this are locked. See, this is what it's saying. 33% are available. And this is for the Wolf. This is for Wolf, okay? This is just for Wolf. All the white paper is talking about Wolf. It's not talking about Shib or even your bone. I from what I'm looking at here. And we don't even know what these fees are going to come out to yet, right? We don't. Do you know what these fees equal to? The 3% for the BPB, the 0.1 swap transaction fees, and the part that 0.05. Like, what does that mean? Is that a lot of money, or is that pennies? Well,
it determines again how much you're putting in the pool. See, for me, at first you're going to lose some bone. Like when you do the dig, you're going to lose some bone because you're trying to, with these fees, and because I've done bone again when I paired Ethereum, so you're going to lose some fees. But the point being is, when you go from dig to woofing, like that means where you can claim your rewards. You're hoping because of these high APRs that you're going to recomp those fees and then some.
Got it. So that's
the main goal
right now.
We
still don't know for sure what that will be, but that's what you're risking because you want to get a piece of that, which makes sense. I like that, and I want to be part of it. But so this is the positive side here. But we have to actually know when are we going to be cash flow positive with, you're putting money in like a business, and at a certain point, I just want to know when am I starting to become cash flow positive from what I lost up front. So that's kind of what I'm trying to look at. It's going to be 6 months. Do I got to wait a year? And then we have to ask ourselves, do I want to stay in for 6 months or a year? Do I want to lock my Shib up? That's what you have to be willing to know. You can't be playing like credit cards. That's how they get people. They're going to give you 3% cash back. They're going to give you money, all these free periods of money. But if you can't pay the money back in time, then that's when they start charging 20% and that's how these credit card companies make money. Now, the people who are able to be disciplined, they can pay the money back. They can use that free money and make money. They can pay their credit cards every month. They can take advantage of these good rewards. And that's the same with this. So if you know what you have to understand, to me, what the fees are, how long you have to keep it in, so that you can actually make money. You can make money off this system. Because if you just go in with a certain amount of money and you need to take it out right away because you get in trouble, you need that money, or else you're not making money fast enough and you want to put it in something else, you may lose out on this. So you have to understand, we have to understand the details of this. To me, that's how my brain works, is that I understand, when am I going to be cash flow positive? How long do I have to leave it in? Now, is there penalties? Still, no one I can see can show me that. Is there penalties or fees to unstake? And if you unstake, say after 6 months, will you lose all your returns for Shib? Because it doesn't say that in here. It doesn't say that. All it says is if you stake and unstake, it's going to affect your gains. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Brandon.
No, you're more than fine.
Allocated,
These are good
allocated
disclaimers that you're
swap
throwing
fees
out
are
there.
the
Good
fees.
question.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
No, you're fine.
So
The
here's the
main
bone. So
thing
the
is,
bone
again, like when you do all this,
looks like your bone is locked into 67% of your bone for 6 months, right? Which bone is
correct.
it? 30% of the bone will be available to withdraw. What is that? Is that bone you're getting, you're making from bearing it, or?
No, correct. That's what you. So when you're in the dig, because again, it's not, you can bury bone too, but like getting back to dig in the wolf aspect, because it's a two different things than bury. So when you dig your bone, basically, and then you want to provide liquidity, you're getting returns. But again, when you go into wolf, so when you go into wolf, let's just say you're a newcomer, it's your first time ever, you did the swap, you did the dig, you bared the pay, you did the base pair, you got liquidity going on the bone and Ethereum. When you go onto wolf, you have to approve. So I got to make mention of this because they get you for a quick fee here. When the one you pick, whatever APR you want, you got to look at the chart too for where you want to go with either Shib Ethereum, Bone Ethereum, or whatever base pair you want to do on Wolf to make liquidity and make extra money. They're going to ask you to approve. So that's another minor fee. I just want to make that clear to people. They're going to try to get you for another $7.
What were some of those fees? You already mentioned a couple of those. Are those like $5 fee, $10, $1?
That's Ethereum, but it's just going to be another Ethereum minor fee. Correct.
What do you think that is? They can range, like you said, $10 to $40 or $1 to $40.
Yes, depending however the market is, how many people are on the network at that present time. Correct.
Right. Okay. Keep going.
So once you approve the wolf, because they just get you quick, then you'll see again a deposit to the left, and then you'll see your withdrawal to the right. But you don't want to technically withdraw it yet. You want to go into deposit, see how many, max your bone that you have available. Then once you deposit that bone in there, then you'll get a gist of what your liquidity basically pool is on the top of there, like with your number. You'll see it when you do the whole wolf. The problem is, again, we won't know for a few hours about, like you were asking earlier, what's your wolf lease staking fee? What are you getting every month? What are we going to do here in the next 6 months? There's only certain analyticals out on this swap right now as we speak. And the reason why I'm saying this is, again, this is why it's the gamble to get in early here before July 20th. Because, a lot of this stuff, from what my one buddy told me too, is going to come down. And so, it might come down by another 10%. Don't quote me, but that's what me and my buddy have been talking about. So it's good, as we say this do this live broadcast, to get in and get as many bone and Shib as you can right now and take advantage of these APRs. So, because again, everything's getting more total value locked, which you see on the top left screen there.
And that's true. So the first ones to the pool, you're taking the risk, but you guys are also going to reap the benefits if everything plays out the way we hope it does, right? So but like I said, I've already been on that, and I'm willing to take the risk of losing out on some profit this time. But that being said, yeah, that's the benefit. You guys are all staked in and ready to go and collecting funds at this point. So that's I hope it's better than we think. So, but keep going. Sorry. Are you there, Brandon?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So it's good that you're showing these pools because it gives a good generalization. So I'll give you an example. My sister, she put in 117 bone, did the liquidity thing, and she's got 67% her stuff locked for 6 months in the wolf, but she's already made about probably 60 bones in the last few days. So she'll recomp her 117 in no time. You see what I mean now? It's the gamble of that. You're providing liquidity to the pool and they're rewarding you in these, APRs of 300%, blah, blah, blah. Because again, you're trying to strengthen, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, when Ethereum has staking now.
How many fees did she pay? And then when do you think she'll get that return, just with the way it's going now? Or is it gonna start getting slower in time? Like from what you're looking at, just guess, I guess, or just, speculate.
Well, my personal opinion is she can wolf. And here's another key thing. When you did the dig into wolf, you can there's a button that says wolf and they'll give you the amount. You can basically take those out now, but that's what they're showing you. That's like your 33% that you could take out now and re-dig and provide more liquidity and keep the train moving, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
While the other 67% is locked in. So they're going to know that in the next few hours again, what your liquidity is and your rates and all that stuff. So
okay, so that maybe we'll be able to talk more about that once you figure that out and see. But for now, you know, you got those rewards. You can restake them. And you said she had 117. Like, you know, how much did she put in? And with those rewards, if she restakes them, and then my point is how, and minus the fees out there because she's paying fees. When should she be able to, like, you know, get her? I don't know. What do you see as the reward return right now, and what time frame? So people kind of can understand that.
Well, that determines on the individual. That's totally on the individual.
Let's say it was $1,000. Someone said invest $1,000 because that's what we're talking about. We already lost 40, 50, 60, like 70, $80 with some of these fees we were talking about.
Correct.
So how much did she make in like a week or two with say $1,000 in this process?
Well, let's say $1,000 and she did the fees. I say she'd be up from that $80. Let's just take the $80, right? That she lost from that. She's probably doubled her money already. Easy. And then some, because the reason why I'm saying that is,
you mean the 1,000 is now 2,000?
Well, no, not in the 1,000. I'm talking about, so let's say she put the $80 in, right? And she lost $80 because of all the fees, correct?
Yeah.
She's going to be probably up that $80. So she's going to be breaking even again.
So she's up $80.
Yeah, and then plus another 80, 100. So she's making another $100 just like that for taking the risk of doing the dig and getting into the woof, because the APRs are like 300-400% still.
And then that's in the last couple of weeks that she would be up that 10%.
Well, she's only been at the last few days.
And so
because that's how hard the APRs are.
But you can only take out of those rewards, you can only take out 33% of that, right?
Correct. But the thing is, she's got another couple of days at this rate. If the APR, here's the thing, everything's stabilizing now. This is the gamble with anything. It could be back down to another couple of days. It could be at 150 APR. I don't know. Nobody knows it. Nobody has a crystal ball.
Here's my question. And if that happens, and then the returns really slow down, and then all of a sudden you find out your liquidity is locked in for 6 months to get, like, they might say, yeah, go ahead, pull out your Shibainu in 3 months, but you get none of your extra 67% because that's only available if you leave it locked in for 6 months, potentially.
Correct.
And then if you take
no, that sounds about right.
Is there a fee? Which means that potentially if after this initial 2 weeks, like you said, everything kind of peters off and slows down to where your gains are more minimal for this next 6 months, you know, you just did all that work to get your fee money back. And then when you sell in 6 months, are there going to be fees? So I'm not saying, but so my point is, it sounds like you need people have to really think about this to know this could be if you're burying your stake, you got to be doing it for longer term, meaning Correct. That you might not want to have to rely on that if you're planning to take some off the table. You might want to have some on the side. So that's
absolutely.
We'll know tonight. We'll know tonight. If it stays super high, then hey, it might be you might be able to get your returns fast enough and not have to worry about leaving it in there. Then in the short term, you know, even your 33%. But okay, sorry, go ahead. Anything else you want to add?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, the safe bet is this: get in before July 20th. Get these returns. Collect what you can. You'll know everything, how it stabilizes here, especially in the next hour with the woof. But the main thing is, as somebody new to all this, come in, I like your strategy, like you said earlier. Come in, bear your Shib, basically maybe do 50% of it, have 50% on the sidelines, see how this thing goes. So just in case it does pop, you got 50% on the sidelines and you got the other 50%, you know, at least making you money in the meantime. And I think the main goal is this, I think right now, is that to make a good passive income. So even if you're making 50, 100, there's people that are making, what my one buddy said, 1,000 bones a day still, because they got in like the last week or two and they dropped a good amount of money in this.
Nice.
I think the main goal you look at is this again. You just want to make some passive income. And in the meantime of making passive income, hopefully the crypto market, especially Bitcoin, could raise its market cap higher than we have anticipated. And, you know, then Shiba can ride its coattails and we can take this thing to a penny and everybody's going to have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, I agree. And in the end, that's why I'm making this video is I believe that Shibainu has a bright future. That's why I got it. I like ShibaSwap. I love the idea of this. And I think it's going to help project Shibainu to higher levels. I just think that I don't want people bad talking it because they just came in and didn't do their homework or just had expectations and then their expectations were met because they didn't think. And that happened to me in my past. That's why I'm making this video, because I want people to understand that. I want people to think about these things, because that's how a lot of these systems work. That's how a lot of these platforms work, and people don't know, especially if you're young and you're getting it with a small amount of money, you can get burned and then get a bad taste in your mouth. And I don't want that. I want people to make money with Shib, and I know they can. And this might be something you have to think about. Maybe keep in mind that this may have to be a longer term game, but it will bring that passive income, which Brandon's saying that's the whole goal of this, and that's why it's a good thing for us. That being said, you don't want to put all your bullets in, especially if you don't have a big amount, and you might need them sooner than later. You might get hurt, so be careful. That's how a lot of these people who are strategizing and know what they're doing, they're going to be making money off you, sorry to say, because you didn't do your homework. And some of these people are going to come and have to pay a lot of fees and get burned and get out. And guess who's going to be reaping the rewards of all this? The people who plan and strategize, and they set themselves up in a way that they're not putting themselves in a place where they're vulnerable to have to sell out sooner than they need to. And I know in time we'll know more, so we'll see. Hopefully, like I said, I'm hoping it's better than we think. And then with that, we see that penny to 5 cents. I already made 2 videos, and I do believe Shibainu will be going to 1 to 5 cents. I think we all need to keep saying that. We need to keep believing that, and I think it's going to happen. When, I don't know, but that being said, Brandon, thank you for sharing your experience. I appreciate your time. Is there anything else you want to add before we log off?
One more thing to close out with, to piggyback off of what you said. Yes, remember, I mean, and you probably heard this from many people in their videos. We're not financial advisors. This is just our opinion.
Not for educational purposes.
Yeah, this is just our opinion.
Not for financial advice.
And 2, don't put in any money that you cannot lose. Yes. So I just want to make that very apparent, because again, this cryptocurrency is a very unregulated, very wildly swing market. This is not like the stock market. This is unregulated. So people have to understand, this could go to 0. This could go to the moon. We don't know. I mean, same thing with Bitcoin right now. It's we don't have a crystal ball. So I just want people to know that you bring the money that you can afford to lose, because this is basically all this is like going into a casino and you have all these slots and you hit the right slot. So I just want people to know that before they start, investing their hard-earned money or a 401k or something, that, I don't want them to wake up one day and be like, what the heck just happened? So.
Especially with some of these platforms, they can get hacked or they can disappear. And so in that sense, some of the, like when I got on cryptocurrency.com, I actually got an international fee in my bank account. So some of these companies are not even in this country, so in that sense, they're not regulated if they take your money. So that's another thing. Put in what you can lose, and also put in what you can leave for a long period of time, which you're not going to. So that's what I think, that my whole point of my last video was, make sure that you know what you're doing and that you're not going to get taken advantage of because you don't know the rules. And make sure that you're willing to leave that in there, because I do believe that this system looks like it would work best for those who can leave it in the long run with minimal transactions, so that you can keep the fees low. So that's all I think from what I'm learning right now. That's kind of what I'm seeing, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out more as this thing evolves and more people share their experiences. So great. All right. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks for joining us. And thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for the support. And we'll see you next time on BenSamulalTV. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Peace. Bye.